Black Power, Black Beauty, Black by popular demand. This is Black's History Month, a 28-day celebration of Black exploitation films. I don't know what it is, but Blaxploitation horror movies didn't do nearly as well as the other types of movies from the 70s. There were some pretty good ones too, like both Blackula movies and Sugar Hill. You had some okay ones like Abby, then you had some terrible ones like Blackenstein. It's weird too, because most of them had some accomplished actors as the lead, and for whatever reason, all the pieces just rarely came together to create a truly memorable Blaxploitation horror film. Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde fall somewhere in the middle. It's not terrible like Blackenstein, but it falls short of being as good as Blackula. The recipe was there though. It has a great star in the lead in Bernie Casey, just like Blackula. It retells a classic story, just like Blackula. It even has the same director as the first Blackula, William Crane, so what went left with it? Like I mentioned, Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde stars Bernie Casey as, can you guess his name? Nah, it's not Dr. Black, it's Dr. Pride of course. Dr. Pride and his assistant, Dr. Worth, played by Rosalind Cash, are working on a new serum that's supposed to help cure issues with the liver. Since they work at a free clinic in the hood, there's apparently plenty of test subjects. The movie tries to provide some kind of commentary with that, by suggesting that the hood is filled with people who drink alcohol and are on drugs. And yeah, it's true in some cases, but the movie doesn't go all the way with it, or deliver any kind of message with its insinuations. The main representative of the community is a woman named Linda, a patient of Dr. Pride, and a prostitute who's recovering from hepatitis. She has liver issues, but the doctor is treating her the old-fashioned way, not willing to try his new hotness on her, despite the fact that she kinda likes him and will probably do it for him. Dr. Pride instead tries it on his lab rats, but that's a massive failure, so then he tries it on himself. And this is where the problems with the movie starts. Now when it failed with the rats, the good doctor didn't do anything to tweak the formula. In fact, he tried it again on a woman near death to disastrous results, which leads to one of the movie's great jump scares. In fairness to the doc, he didn't witness that event, so he was caught unawares when he transforms into Mr. Hyde, or whoever he's supposed to be when he takes on this old school Incredible Hulk persona. The monster form doesn't get a name, but get this, he's supposed to be white. Like, not just white because he's ashy, no, he's supposed to be taking on the appearance of an actual white man, and the people he comes across treat him as such. It becomes absurd in situations like when Mr. Hyde destroys a nightclub looking for Linda. He transforms back while the guys are chasing him, and despite the fact that he has the same hairstyle, is wearing the same clothes, even talks the same since his voice never changes while he's a monster.
Can you tell me where the Moonlight Lounge is?
They have no idea that it's him, because of course, they're looking for a white man. All it took was a little lotion to fool these guys. The makeup was done by the Stan Winston of all people, but they could have just used whoever were the people who did the Watermelon Man. Stuff like that and the overall storytelling is the movie's downfall. I truly feel like a solid rewrite would have turned this into a classic, because the skeleton of something is there. Dr. Pride cares so much about this serum being a success because when he was a child, his mother died of liver disease in a whorehouse while he was there. He ran to the other prostitutes for help, but nobody cared. So now as an adult, his life goal is not only to cure liver disease, but also help prostitutes turn their life around. That's why he wants to help Linda so much. Only problem with that, Dr. Hyde exclusively destroys pimps and prostitutes in his rampages. So I guess, like the classic story, you can say this is just about the duality of man, but it just doesn't align the way it's supposed to. Rosalind Cash is also wasted in this movie, getting only a few scenes here and there. Mostly it's just a reason for Dr. Pride to have a second love interest for his second persona, but they don't get enough time for their story to be meaningful. Like I said, Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde is a middle-of-the-road movie. It's a reason it's hardly talked about with the other black horror movies from the 70s, but it's not so bad that I can't recommend it. Just be prepared to turn off your brain for some of it, just like Dr. Pride does when he transforms.